There's a certain magic about being on the water, ain't there? It's a feeling that can't quite be captured by words alone. The gentle rocking of a boat, the sun on your face, the smell of salt air. It's a sensory experience that brings a sense of peace and freedom. It's enough to make a man feel like a kid again, full of wonder and excitement. And what better way to experience that magic than from a boat you built with your own two hands? The pride and joy of craftsmanship. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Building a boat? That's crazy talk. It sounds like a daunting task. That's for seasoned shipwrights, not regular folks like me. But don't let that discourage you. Well, I'm here to tell you that's just plain wrong. Anyone can do it with the right guidance. Building a wooden boat from scratch is a challenge, no doubt, but it's a rewarding one. But it's one that's achievable for anyone with a little bit of patience, a willingness to learn, a whole lot of determination, and a passion for creating something with your own hands. And a healthy respect for power tools. Safety first, always. Over the next few pages, I'm going to walk you through the process of building your own wooden boat step by step. We'll break it down into manageable parts. We'll start with the basics of design, understanding the blueprints, then move on to gathering your materials and tools. Each piece has its purpose. From there, we'll tackle the build itself, step by step, from laying the keel to launching your masterpiece into the water. It's a journey worth taking. So grab yourself a glass of lemonade, pull up a chair, and let's get started. This is more than just a project, it's an adventure. This is going to be fun. Let's dive in and make some memories. Before you even think about picking up a saw, you've got to have a plan. A solid, well-thought-out plan is the foundation of any successful boat-building project. Building a boat without a blueprint is like trying to navigate a cornfield maze in the dark. You're going to get lost real quick. It's a recipe for frustration and wasted effort. Luckily, there are tons of boat plans available online and in books, ranging from simple skiffs to more complex sailboats. These resources can guide you through every step of the process. When choosing a plan, it's important to consider your skill level, the amount of time and money you're willing to invest, and the tools you have at your disposal. Also, think about what you plan to use the boat for. Is it for leisurely fishing trips, adventurous sailing, or something else? Once you've got your plan, take some time to study it carefully. Don't rush this step. Familiarize yourself with the different parts of the boat, the materials you'll need, and the order in which things need to be assembled. This will save you a lot of headaches down the line. It's also a good idea to make a list of all the tools you'll need. There's nothing worse than getting halfway through a project and realizing you're missing a crucial piece of equipment. It can halt your progress and dampen your enthusiasm. Remember, a well-designed boat is a joy to build and a pleasure to use, so don't rush this part of the process. Patience and attention to detail will pay off in the end. Take your time, choose your plan wisely, and you'll be well on your way to crafting a vessel that'll make Noah himself proud. Happy building! Now that you've got your blueprint figured out, it's time to gather your supplies. This is where the real adventure begins. And let me tell you, there's something downright satisfying about seeing a pile of lumber transform into a seaworthy vessel. It's a process that requires patience, skill, and a bit of imagination. It's like alchemy, only with more sawdust. Each cut, each shave, brings you one step closer to your dream. First things first, the wood, the foundation of your boat. When it comes to boat building, not just any old lumber will do. Quality is key. You're going to want to use marine-grade plywood, which is specially treated to resist rot and moisture. This ensures longevity and durability. Cedar and cypress are also good choices, thanks to their natural resistance to decay. They add a touch of elegance and strength to your build. Next up, the tools. You'll need a good saw, a circular saw and a jigsaw are good starting points to make precise cuts. A drill for making holes and driving screws, a sander to smooth out those rough edges, and a whole mess of clamps. Clamps are your best friends in woodworking, holding everything in place while the glue dries. Don't forget safety gear either. Eye protection, ear protection to keep you safe from flying debris and loud noises. And a good dust mask are essential. Breathing in sawdust can be harmful, so protect your lungs. Gathering your supplies might seem like the least glamorous part of the process, but trust me, it's important. It's the foundation of your project. Having the right materials and tools on hand will make the build go smoother, and will help ensure that your boat is strong, durable, and ready to tackle the high seas, or at least the local lake. With the right preparation, your dream boat is within reach. Section 4. Building the backbone, the keel and frame. With your workshop prepped and your materials at the ready, it's time to start building the backbone of your boat, the keel and the frame. Think of the keel like the spine of the boat running along the center of the hull from bow to stern. The frame, made up of ribs or frames, provides support and shape to the hull. Building the keel and frame is a precise job that requires careful measuring, cutting and fitting. This is where those blueprints you pored over earlier will really come in handy. Use them as your guide and don't be afraid to double-check your measurements. Once the keel and frames are cut, you'll need to join them together. Traditional boat building often involves using mortise and tenon joints, which are strong and durable. However, you can also use simpler methods like butt joints reinforced with screws or epoxy. The important thing is to create a strong, rigid structure that will form the foundation of your boat. Section 5. Skin and bones, planking the hull. With the keel and frames securely in place, your boat will start to look like, well, a boat. Now it's time to add the skin, also known as the hull planking. This is where your vessel really starts to take shape. Hull planking involves attaching long, thin pieces of wood to the frames, creating the outer shell of the boat. There are several methods for planking a hull, each with its own advantages and challenges. One common method is called carvel planking, where the planks are laid edge to edge along the frames. Another popular method is strip planking, which uses thin strips of wood glued together to create a strong, lightweight hull. No matter which method you choose, planking the hull requires patience, precision, and a good eye for detail. You'll need to carefully shape and fit each plank to ensure a smooth, watertight seal. This is where a good block plane and a whole lot of patience come in handy. Section 6. Sanding, sealing, and painting. Once your hull is fully planked, it's time to smooth things out. Sanding the hull is an essential step to ensure a sleek, even surface. This process can be time-consuming, but it's worth it for the final result. After sanding, you'll need to seal the wood to protect it from water damage. There are various sealants available, so choose one that's suitable for your type of wood and intended use of the boat. Once the sealant has dried, it's time to add some color. Painting your boat not only gives it a beautiful finish, but also provides an additional layer of protection. Choose marine-grade paint for the best results and apply it in thin, even coats. Take your time with this step. A well-painted hull can make all the difference in both appearance and durability. Section 7. From workshop to water. The moment you've been working towards is finally here. With your boat fully constructed, it's time to take it from the workshop to the water. Before you launch, double-check all your fittings and finishes to ensure everything is secure and watertight. Transporting your boat can be a delicate process, so take care to support it properly to avoid any damage. Once at the water's edge, launch your boat gently, making sure it floats evenly and sits correctly in the water. This is a moment of great satisfaction, seeing your hard work come to life. Enjoy the fruits of your labor and the adventures that await on the open water.